What up guys, my name is Kanye East and welcome to Stale Popcorn, your go-to place for movie reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing a movie called Amy's Justice, and just so you guys have some background, here is the trailer. Oh, you guys are back. Okay, so just so you know, this movie is about the progress of how the Amy, Vicky, and Andy Child Pornography Victim Assistance Act of 2018 came to be. It's about the origins of this bill started with a young American girl who goes by the name of Amy. She was sexually assaulted and raped by her uncle at the ages of 8 and 9. And he actually ended up taking suggestions from other people so he could sell these videos for their own gratification. So seriously guys, this girl actually spent thousands of dollars on therapy, which she really needed, and it actually helped her until years later she found out that she was one of the most widely distributed child pornography images, not in just the country, in the entire world. So this case reached the Supreme Court in 2014 in a case called Parolin versus United States. The Supreme Court ruled that she was not entitled to bestow all the damages she thought she deserved from all of the child porn videos and images she was in on one person. However, it was ruled that she was entitled to some restitution from an individual known to possess her specific images. So because the courts were not giving people proper restitution, or they were giving them no or minimal amount of restitution pretty much, there was calls for congressional action to form a law. But as we know, with every bill, there's a process that has to go through before it's made law. So here we go again with Congress. Speed round for the history of this bill. November 16th, 2017, Senator Orrin Hatch introduces the bill into the Senate. January 2018, amendments were made and passed by the Senate. January 25th, 2018, the House received the bill. And then, it kind of sat there for a while. Then, September 28, 2018, the House passed the bill, sending it to President Trump's desk. So now that we've heard about the description of the bill here and what it can do for people, we're going to talk to you now about one in particular profession that was just mentioned, and that is occupational therapy. A lot of people don't know what occupational therapy is and what it can do for victims of sexual assault and victims of child pornography. So I took it upon myself to find an occupational therapist so we can learn more about this profession and what they can do for these poor victims. So joining me now is going to be an occupational therapist by the name of Brenda Samuel. So Brenda, why don't you come on over?
Alrighty. Hi YouTube.
So thank you for coming today.
Sure.
So can you tell us a little bit about what occupational therapy is before we begin?
Sure. Occupational therapy is a unique profession because we understand that there's healing potential in purposeful activity and occupations. We understand that a person's independence is not simply based on a person's physical capacity, but also their cognitive and their social abilities too. So it's also pretty applicable in treating children for traumatic experiences that they've gone through.
Oh, so this seems like a really fulfilling field. So can you tell me a little bit about what occupational therapy can do for victims of sexual assault and child pornography, such as Amy?
Absolutely, absolutely. This movie did a fantastic job depicting what occupational therapy can do for individuals. So essentially, we can provide, most importantly, a safe space for these children because they have gone through something so traumatic, and knowing that their bodies are on display for thousands and millions of people unwillingly. So we want to provide them with that sense of security and understanding that there are people there who want their who are rooting for their well-being.
So I could not imagine having my images as a child out on the internet for eternity.
I know, it's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can imagine, these children don't really know how to handle the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So occupational therapists can help them by offering coping mechanisms and strategies for dealing with that. It was the importance of recognizing human trafficking in general. Occupational therapists work in a medical profession where we come across a lot of people, so recognizing the signs and what we can do to bring them in and show them a safe space is really important in our profession.
Okay. Well, I think we have a better understanding of what occupational therapy is and how it can help victims of sexual assault, child pornography. So I thank you for your time, Brenda, and you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Kanye East.
So I actually have a special treat for you guys today. I actually have the actress who played Amy in Amy's Justice with me. So please welcome Vanessa Stripes.
Hi there.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. So I actually understand that you actually did a lot of research into this bill. So would you be willing to talk to us a little bit about it?
Yeah, of course. First off, I just have to say it was such an honor to be able to play Amy. She went through so much.
Of course.
And this bill really is amazing for victims of child pornography. So this bill recognizes that abuse occurs every time someone views, reproduces, distributes, or possesses any sort of child pornography, and that the victim of the child pornography will be compensated for this continuing harm. So the court determines the amount of the victim's losses that were incurred and are projected to incur as they go through therapy, medical treatment, anything that they may need.
So why is this important? How did this solve the problem that Pearland versus the United States created?
Good question. So this bill is really giving the victims more compensation and restitution for what they faced. They're not just realizing that abuse occurred when they were videotaped, but that it continues to occur, and that they're really going to have to go through this their whole life, and that takes a lot more restitution than what the original Pearland versus United States had decided.
Gotcha. So one last question, did you have fun filming this movie?
It was amazing. It was such a unique experience to be able to walk through what Amy walked through and see what she went through. It was definitely inspiring.
Okay, well, thank you for your time, and I hope you have a great career.
Thank you.
Well, I'm all out of popcorn again. Join me next week when we interview a new movie, Go See Amy's Justice. I give this movie 5 out of 5 stars. Next week we're going to talk about Independence Day 2, even though it came out like 4 years ago. See you next time.